Okay, Roger Bonacamp. I farm near Remsen, Iowa. Run 2 tanks. Have always bought everything from AWS. They've had very fair prices, excellent service, been treated very fairly here. I've run 2 other brands prior to Hool, like I said, which I've run for about 10 years, and the Hools are the #1 tank to run, bar none. The other tanks we had problems with, quite often, and Hool, very, very little problems. So we've stuck with them all the time.
I run about 14 to 16 hours a day during the fall, and Hool will come out anytime. Doesn't matter if it's 3 in the morning, 5 in the morning, they will come out and they will fix it, which we rarely have any problems, but when we do, they will come out and fix it anytime.
Well, they're a very big dealer. They're for selling, they give you top dollar for your used tanks, and they're very competitively priced. So, and like I said before, they got excellent service. So,
I'm Steve Cruz. This is my son Will Cruz, and we're from Georgia, Iowa, with MSR Cruz Farms. We custom apply manure with Hool tanks and drag bars. We've worked with AWS for as long as I can remember. Their service has been great. I know there's been a few times we probably called them after hours, and they'll come out and get you going. And normally we'll start 1st September on some dairy work, and it just seems like there's enough work to keep us busy till Thanksgiving. And
then when the ground thaws back out in the spring till it gets planted, we're usually out there.
The drag bar setup is some puck equipment that I know AWS can supply, and I've gotten some hoses from AWS here. They've got a complete lineup of hydro fittings, and sometimes it's just the small parts that you need at certain times. They are truly dedicated to their work here, and they keep guys going, and I like the way if you make the distance here, they're going to have the parts on hand. They've just always had it, and if they don't by chance, they're usually going to have it in the next day, so that's really appreciated.
Don't have too much to worry about. They'll get the good service and a good product.
Todd Vaski from Bancroft, Iowa. Lee Vaski from Bancroft, Iowa. We run Vaski pumping up in that area. It's reliable. We've had really good luck with it. Great service. Yeah, we've had a few different things. The balls are in the real past, but seems more reliable, easier to maintain. When you need it, it works. Downtime is not an option in our line of work. We have the 6-disc incorporators on the back of our tanks. October to first part of December, right around there, if weather cooperates. We do a little in the spring, not a whole lot, but we do get spring work. We've got 2 tanks that we run, and me and him are brothers. We have our other brother that we just run the 24 hours between the 3 of us, so we each get 16 hours in the seats. Long days, but we just keep going.
Very important.
It's very important. They're very quick to respond if you need them, and they'll help you out as much as they can over the phone to get you going right now. If you absolutely need them to come out, they'll come and do whatever service you need. But usually they try to get you going over the phone just so you don't have as much downtime, especially when we're 2.5 hours away, so that makes a big difference. So
they got
really good people. Couldn't be happier with the brand. The guys are very helpful. Salesmen are very knowledgeable. They can help you out with any questions you have when you're purchasing, and parts department's great. And if you need something,
it's on hand usually.
Yes, they have it. So We have yet to see something they don't have, and usually if they do have it, it's times 10 or more.
And the other thing is the salesmen. I mean, depending if you do the salesman, they will bring it to you. We've had that happen already. So
Yeah.
Oh,
10.
10.
I'd say a 10 for sure.
I'm Lauren Rodrigo from Sioux Center, Iowa. Okay. I'm a part owner in a dairy operation with 1,000 cows, milking cows, and have hogs, have a farrowing unit, and finishers, and raise hogs. We got 4 7,300 tanks. I like them well. You know, I've had other brands in the past, and the wheels just stand up better, easier to handle. We use the disc openers, or the disc style. We actually have the dairy, people do the dairy, and then after they're done, and then we have another crew do the swine. I think I worked with AWS since they started here. I don't know how many years ago that was, but then I like the service I get from them. You know, they're knowledgeable. You know, get me back going again when I'm down. You know.
Yep.
And yeah, that's kind of sums it up, I guess. Oh, I'd strongly recommend AWS because yeah, they're really good service-oriented people. You know, so yeah, that's just I like the tools and I like the service.
My name is Jergens, and I'm from Carroll, Iowa, and I work for a company called Twilight Services, and we custom haul manure. Currently we have 4 7,300-gallon Hool tanks, and then we also have 2 6-inch chopper pumps, 8-inch chopper pump, and a trailer pump, and we're pretty much 100% Hool on our manure equipment. We've been a Hool customer since we started 6 years ago, and we continue to be 100% Hool customer today. We researched different companies throughout the Midwest, and Leon and the boys up here were really good to us, and so we continue to do tanks, and we've traded up, and they've been great with the service, so we've been with them after doing our initial research, and that's been 6 years now. We do spring and fall. We have systems that need to be hauled spring and fall, and typically we have 4 tanks, and we hauled pretty much finishing in sow manure. And we apply at rates anywhere from 2,800 gallons an acre to up to 12,000 gallons an acre, and all the equipment works really well. And we started off with Dietrich bars, and we switched to more of the FarmStar Coulter type systems, and we've been really happy with the progress we've made. When we work 24 hours a day and we really put a lot of stress on the machinery, things do break or get stressed to the point where we need to do service or parts. And anytime we've needed a service call, they've been there that day and got us on the back in the field and running again. And then anytime that we needed any kind of questions or support, getting things going, we've always been able to make a simple phone call up here to AWS and talk to somebody. Somebody always answers the phone, and it gets us the parts or advice or service we need. We've had guys make multiple trips down there just to get the right things we needed when we've been stressed, and it's made the difference. It's going to rain tomorrow, it's going to freeze next week. We got a lot of jobs to go, and they've always got us up and going, and always recommended the best new type of equipment we needed to get things done, and really let us be a competitive company. Working with the Hool equipment, after doing a lot of research, it's heavy built. We're custom applicators. We haven't had any issues with the Hool tanks. We bought some used tanks at first that were gone through by AWS. They did a great job of going through them. They withstanded their time and their investment. We've actually bought new tanks after buying used tanks. Just because we were so happy with them, we made the additional investment and gone with new. And we've just been overly happy with the Hool tanks and equipment. When we are in the field, we know that we're able to go, and it's always reliable. And for maximum return on our investment, we use the Hool equipment and partner with AWS and making things work. Service is great. Like I said, it's like you want to call somebody and they pick up the phone. So when we make a call up here, we either have a supervisor or a salesman or a one of the tech guys' cell phone numbers. We give them a call. We've always had somebody answer. They've always, they always got us up and going in a timely manner, and it's been really great. We've worked with a lot of things in the agricultural industry, and it's not always that case. Getting the service and parts and stuff you needed, and it's really important that when you need to get going today, whether it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thanksgiving, it seems like you make a call. They get you the call and they have the parts on hand. Surprisingly, I'm just surprised they have some parts on hand to get us up and going. It's been really impressive. So
you know, I really doubt that, second to none, that any other company have that kind of quality and service and selection of parts to get us where we need to be. They've made the time, they've made investment. The shop's beautiful here today. We can see why when we do get stuff, they have a great selection of parts. They have one of everything they need. They're very well educated on the used and new equipment, and everything, you know, like I said, from A to Z on the newer equipment, they got it and they can service it and handle it.
My name is Matt Daly, and I am the President and CEO of GEA Farm Technologies North America. So, cool. Our business here today with AWS, they are our largest distributor, our largest dealer of manure equipment in North America. And they are here because they have a long-standing reputation of taking care of their customers. It's our job at GEA Farm Technologies to take care of them. They do an extraordinary job and have been and will always be one of the leading providers of solutions for this area. We do milking and cooling equipment, barn equipment, services and supplies, and of course, manure equipment. In Northwest Iowa, nobody does manure equipment as good as AWS. And the end of the story is GEA is a food provider. We're a food equipment provider. And sometimes people don't think of manure as a food product, but it is a waste product, but it is a nutrient. And of course, we see it that way as part of the food process, whether it's pork, whether it's beef, whether it's dairy, whether it's turkeys. These guys take care of what a lot of other companies don't want to take care of. And so they're in a solutions business that some other people don't want to be in, and we're there to help them. This is an open house for the new facility built here in Hull, Iowa. For AWS, they are expanding. They're a growing business, just like GEA is a growing business. We're here to support them. They had a lot of their current customers here. They're rewarding their current customers with a free meal, some product demonstrations, some new technology. They got up in front of their customers to talk about how they get better serve them. I got up and talked to their customers about how we are trying to serve this, our largest dealer, better. And that's what the general mood of the atmosphere today was one of thanks for the business, not only now but for the years to come, and to remind them that they're here for them.